Welcome back everyone to Stranded Deep. So a couple things before we begin. We noticed previously that the sound effects were kind of quiet. That was my fault. It's because I turned all of them down. So the volume's pretty much boosted for everything now. Nothing should be louder than me though. Also, I did a crap ton of farming off-screen. Off-stream, rather. So now we've got a shit ton of driftwood here specifically for use for the empty campfire. What I did was I went to those big islands. Where's the other one? I think it's over there. And gathered everything that I could, excluding the rocks, what have you, but we got, I think, 100-something twigs here. 164 twigs. I don't think I grabbed any more tarps. I think there's still one under there. But basically, my construction woes are non-existent at this point. I also continued making a shit ton of lashing, a couple more cloths just in case, because we can make torches. And we might as well show that off. We do have to start a fire, though, first. It doesn't automatically go. And that seawater's been sitting there for I don't know how long. I need to get another bucket, because I am so full on fresh water. Oh, another thing I got on one of the other islands. I picked up that seagull that I killed again. Its animation is kind of strange when you put it in your hand. Look at this. It's briefly alive. That is very strange. But we have a third mascot, at least. Stingray Gonzalez keeps falling through the floor every time I leave the island. In fact, I think he's ran away. Oh yeah, I think he's gone. I don't know where he went. But we have 3 mascots now. What should we name the seagull? Put in your suggestions now. I'm not going to worry about trying to find the stingray. If push comes to shove, we'll just kill another one. But another thing I might notice, this is something else we found on those islands. Plank scrap. It's another type of building material. Just plank types. We only have 2, but imagine those would be good for windows, because it only takes 1. Yeah, let's put one here. As a nice change. Not there. There. Somehow even worse than the tarp filled with holes. Also, stocked up on coconuts, because I must have been wrong or something, because these palm trees are not regrowing coconuts. Someone also mentioned coconuts aren't necessarily diuretic. They actually contain potassium, which helps to... Like, it's good for your kidneys, which help to regulate all the salt that you're going to get just by nature of being out in the sea like this. So I guess it's a good thing that I'm stuffing myself with them. But what I wanted to do today... This is more or less my layout. I re-grabbed the bow, the arrows, and made a bunch of crude spears. Let's continue exploring and trying to find the next island. I'm mostly stocked up on spears in case we come across a shark. And we decide we want to take care of one. We might be too far away to drag him back to the island and make him a mascot. But there's an option. Another thing I noticed while I was editing down the last stream, I will avoid swinging my camera around as much. That must not have looked very nice. Schrodinger. I like that, actually. For the seagull. Yeah. Another thing I did in between these streams, I went back through the footage, and I sort of mapped out where all the islands I discovered was. It's not quite... Like, the little map I drew isn't quite in a proper compass cardinal direction layout. But it was to help me figure out where the islands were, so I know where they are and where I want to get them. And on that note, We have finally found the island I was talking about this entire time. This is where the stuff for the motorboat is. So, of course, I forgot to bring the duct tape. But that's okay. There'll be some other things we can grab here. So these are more of the shipwrecks that I was thinking about. No matter how high are they up, and no matter how high they are up, you can hold jump and climb up from there. The shipwrecks usually have a bunch of tools, including a toolbox, always on the top. That one's got a torch. Pretty nice for light at night. Oh, that one's got the buoy balls as well. That's the crafting material you can use for the base of a raft. Thing about the torch, I think there's a smaller flashlight, and the torch is the bigger version. Those planks do not count. Inside, there's also a console with the carburetor. 2 consoles in this case, and a locker. There might also sometimes be a small cabinet right here with morphine. There's an empty bucket. I'll bring that back with me. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that we need. Save for the duct tape back home. Gonna drag these out to a small little place where I can set up camp. The torch never runs out of battery power, much like your watch. I guess we could pretend they're solar powered. Now, I do remember this island as a boar, and I want to finally kill one of them. Let's see, can I grab the buoy balls right now? No, I can't. You need all 5 for the bottom of the raft. I wonder if we can carry all 5 in one stack. Nope. Only 4. They did not plan that far ahead. We'll sort of hide them over here. Pretend it's a secret. As they all run away. No, that was actually a good idea. Sort of keep them here in the flat part. I'm sort of learning to appreciate that you can walk through everything. Here we can actually hear some of the sound effects. They're still not great, but at least they exist. Let's clarify. I can actually make the buoy ball raft right now. You guys want... I don't know where we can get barrels or tires, but you guys want a buoy ball motorboat? There it is. Now let's see how good my aim is. Oh, I hit him. I think it takes 2 to take out the boar. Oh, and there's another one. My ass! By the way, that boar on the other island, I'm pretty sure he just disappeared or he drowned or something, because I searched high and low for that fucker and I couldn't find him anymore. You son of a bitch. Thanks, geometry. Okay, he's not dead. So I guess it takes 3. Nope, it takes all 4. Well, I hear that can speed this up a little bit. Yes, nice. Wait, that doesn't help. Alright, so let's just drag him back to base. This guy is not going to be a mascot. That was a snake. No, this guy is going to be. He's going to be my first bit of leather, and we're going to make a really nice axe out of his ass. And of course we need lashing for that. So we got the yes. Make Buoy mobile. Buoy mobile and the motorboat. Kind of difficult to make, oddly enough. Yeah, I think you need all 4 for them. There's a snake. Bastard. Doesn't do too much damage. In fact, I think, aside from the shark, it's the only thing that does hurt you. Okay, that did kill him for a second there. You're not still moving, are you? Crab, go away! I want my spear back. I can't because of the arrows. There's a number of things I'm supposed to be doing. I keep getting sidetracked. I'm gonna check the case in this ship. Because I think there is also something here I need. Wherever the case is. There should be something. It's either a case or another one of the consoles. This might be a useless shipwreck. At least it didn't screw me around like that other one, which had a toolbox, but nothing in the toolbox. I'll do that in a sec. The music played, which tells me there's a... Aha. I've been waiting for you. Hang on, I need to prepare. You stay there. What is with this shark? Having a good time, having a good time. Start shooting through the water. That gurgling. It's the only real indicator of where a shark is. Got him in the fin. Thought I scared him away, but nope. He's ready for more. Oh, Lord! What? This is not water. This is not water! Are you shitting me? Wow, this is amazing. I don't think I'm gonna make it, and I don't know how the game expected me to handle that. I hit him with all 4 crude spears. And if I'm honest, if I die from this, I'll be kind of okay with that, because that's amazing. Wow, I survived. And I'm not bleeding. I'm just nearly dead in general. Well, that was our first shark attack, and it broke physics. That's astonishing. Everything can fly, including me. Well, apparently, I think they fixed this, but you used to have the ability to actually ride logs across the water. I think someone mentioned they patched that which is unfortunate, because that's amazing. It occurs to me that I made that torch specifically to light it and use it, and I never did. Apologies for the complete blackness of this. As soon as I get a fire going, then it'll be good. A pilchard? Game, where do you think I am? Reminder, pilchards are fish. I'm so fucking dumb. Thank you, why not? Yeah. I could use the torch. I am a master of missing the obvious. I'm sure the sleep should help with my broken leg or whatever. And we've got daylight. That's good. I didn't heal any. But I'm sure I'll be fine anyway. Need to make another crude spear because the shark took all of mine. And I left my bow behind because of that damn shark. I think I lost it. The shark ate my bow. Let's check out one of the stone tools. It does not give me the ability to skin it, so... Gonna have to use one of the lashing. But you're able to skin a boar multiple times. That was one piece of rawhide. Another piece, and I think this is meat. Yes, it is. And I could skin it again. For another bit of meat, and then it disappears. Oh, that's why I can't find the campfire. It's in the fucking ground. Tanning rack. With that, we can make a couple pieces of leather. One of which we're going to use immediately to make a refined axe. Has more durability and chops down trees a little bit faster. I think we can also use it. Make a refined spear. A spear gun, we ain't making that. We do have duct tape, we don't have an air tank, and I'm using the duct tape for another purpose. But we can make a refined spear. Looks a little bit nicer. Now let's head back onto this boat, because we didn't actually grab anything else. But there is some good stuff in here. Another flare gun. We don't need that. But we might have fun with it. Here's the other cabin I was talking about. With a bandage, like the one I just used. Sort of in a panic. A compass is very nice. Compass does what it's supposed to. This was the easier way for me to navigate around here. But then I think this was the very second island that I got in my first playthrough. Don't need it as much in this case, but it'll probably be useful. Fuel tank is what I was looking for. They give you 2, which is kind of rude. I could be using that space for something else. In the meantime, let's check out our better axe. Usually takes 10. 4. 8. Not bad at all. I left my refined spear back home, so... Let's actually test it out on that snake. Get some revenge up in here. Alright, let's be nice and careful. Here we can kind of see the AI glitching out. That didn't work. Luckily, that didn't hurt the durability at all. One hit takes out a snake. Let's at least show what you get when you harvest a snake. Just a little bit of meat. I don't want it. I can bring a plank. I think there's one more, or I can bring driftwood, or we can use the wood right here. I'm going to head back to the house. The house, I say. But in the meantime, you guys vote on what we want the floor of the house to be. That's basically this top right here. Do you want it to be driftwood, wood, or a plank? Do you guys want to know a slightly funny story? First time I was playing this, and I got to that island. By the time I got there, I think I'd been attacked by a shark. And I hadn't made my own bandage. But I got there, and the first thing I found when I looked into those shipwrecks was a bandage. And I think I was down to 1 health. It was pretty lucky. But alright, I have 1 plank. And we have a bunch of wood and driftwood over on the other island. What do we want the top of our motorboat to be? It's basically like Ark in that you just keep going until eventually you're done. They are constantly updating the game. They're just never working towards completing it, if that makes sense. With what I've seen of Rust, it has the same thing. You just keep going until eventually you're bored with it. That is why for this particular LP, my focus is on building a motorboat, building a giant fuck-off hobo cabin, like that. And then eventually we'll just call it when it seems like we're good. I think you can just barely hear it sizzling. That's more what I was talking about. Trying to cook them together. There's a chance they'll slide off. We might be good, though. Well, they did implement an objective system, but only for, like, the first 2 things you do. Alright. There. I did the thing I said I'd do. Yeah, it's just for tutorials. Be funny if I could actually ignite some things. I don't know, folks. I think Gonzalez got sick of us. Especially sick of me constantly grabbing him and throwing him up against the wall, trying to get him to stand up, because he would keep falling through the floor. So Andrew was like, fine, you just stay down here. And I tried to lean him up against this pillar. He didn't care for that either. And now he's gone. So I guess we're going to have to find a replacement Gonzalez. And that will be his name. Gonzalez was our stingray, yes. I'm going to take this opportunity to show off how I was able to bring so much wood all the way across. A lot of it was just in my inventory. But I was able to hide 4 just on top of my raft. I tried doing this with a full trunk, and that did not count. But 4 wood sticks doesn't seem to affect the buoyancy at all. I also tried it with 4 wood sticks and 1 lashing, and it tipped my boat over. So don't do that. 4 wood sticks seems to be about as stable as it'll be. So let's bring a little bit of supplies all the way back to our motorboat island. Since almost 2017, my favorite TheStrawhatNO LPs this year would be MDK2. MDK2 was a lot of fun. Oh, you can't see the extra weight on the raft is making it turn over a little bit. It's somewhat evenly distributed, though. We should be fine. It's also all the waves. Oh, that's another thing. Something I wanted to mention. Even though 2016 has been a terrible year just in general, it was actually an incredibly productive year for the TheStrawhatNO. If you look on our wiki, which I can link as soon as we're on dry land again, the average for the first 3 or 4 years, as far as completed LPs, was like 4 LPs a year. This year, it's double digits, maybe not 20, but it's up there. A lot of them were for the Bomberman Mega Thread, but there was a bunch of other little things. Basically just an incredibly productive year for us. and that is so cool. I hope... I doubt we'll be able to maintain that for 2017, but we'll be able to do a lot. Whoa, now that hasn't happened before. Kind of what I was talking about. I think that was more the waves than anything. Yeah, there is a chance that your raft will flip over. Genuinely, the first time that's happened where I've lost it right as I got to the island. And with the shark, I don't feel like going after those. So we lost them. That's too bad. Let me do a quick count. 2015 was a little more productive than up to 2014. 1, 2. We finished 7 LPs that year. For 2016, 19 LPs, plus the Bomberman Mega Thread. Hot damn. Plank scrap. We gotta cut this crap, we're gonna get it. So let's get this bastard all together. Shit. Takes 2 plank scrap. So that ain't happening. My apologies. We'll do driftwood then. Runner up. Alright, driftwood, raft floor. Get this out of the way. Pretty ugly, but charming. First time I played through this, I didn't see the snake. I thought I actually got hurt by running through the pine trees, because it was just hiding out here. And it kind of weirded me out. And I thought, that's such a strange mechanic, I wonder why they did that. But no, I was just being attacked. But here we are, folks. Trying to put the thing onto it is a little touchy. It actually depends on where you're facing, which is kind of strange. No, almost. If I were to put it facing this way, or possibly even this way, I would actually be sitting out here on this side of the raft while the raft is moving. And I've done that, and I'm able to control it reasonably well, but it is very silly. Now what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to lift this up. Luckily, the buoy balls are extremely light. That is a terrible idea. Let's not do that. Bear with me, folks. I'm trying to get into an angle where I can actually put the motor on it. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save in case this goes horribly. Alright, now, let's get the motor onto this bad boy. Bad buoy. Looks a little funky. But let's give it a test run on the way back to the island. Since I have no impetus to come back here anymore. Bad buoy. Fucking fine, alright. Let's test it out. This is what I was talking about. And I have to push down to get it to work. But here we are. But yep, if I put it angle differently, I would have been sitting on the side. David Bowie. R.I.P. Ride in peace. Now we can't actually really see what's happening, so I'm probably going to load the save and put it on the other way. But you can see the deal with this. And actually, depending on where this stick is pointing out, that's basically where your character's model is situated. And that's how they programmed it in. It doesn't have anything to do with the raft itself. And I have to control it in reverse, which is a little silly. Ooh, can I flip it? Oh, it's holding steady. Somehow. Once again, warning not to watch if you get motion sickness. Yes, it flipped. Let's also take the opportunity to take a look at some of the other fish, since I am going to be loading the save again. I think this is a rockfish. Lionfish. Those guys, I think, are poisonous. And that was the sound of me drowning. In fact, why don't we see how long it lasts? That's one way to put it, game. This might be the sound of me running out of health. This is kind of bleak. But imagine if we could find that palm tree again. And I finally went. Glad I saved.